All alone. You're all alone, yet so full as this empty potential, infinite potential. You can be anything. You're God dreaming this. And just like the analogy of the dream at night, you're not in the dream. You're not the dream character or world that you're dreaming, but it's made of you. You're the one dreaming it. It's your infinite mind, your infinite consciousness. So everything is you and you alone. So feel yourself right now. Just feel so deeply. Right now, without thoughts, just close your eyes and feel. Feel so deeply that all you can feel is ecstasy. All you can ever feel is yourself as God. All you can ever experience is yourself as God. So just like the dream at night, where everything you're dreaming is made of your mind, is made of you. And you're the one dreaming it, experiencing the thoughts, the sensations, the feelings, the perception, tasting yourself, seeing yourself, hearing yourself, smelling the sound of this voice, and the words are made of you. That's all there is. And being invisible, being infinite, non objective, unmanifest, prior to thought, just like in deep sleep, where you're all alone is pure awareness, only aware of yourself. as infinite being. You're aware of nothing. Your empty potential in a superposition, ready to imagine, ready to appear to manifest yourself as anything. But you're not appearing as the activity of thinking and perceiving, so you're not experiencing anything. There's no thing to be aware of. There's nothing finite in you to be aware of. There's no reference point of a limitation. You'd have to have a reference point of what you're not to experience. To make yourself appear manifest, you'd have to have a reference point of what you're not. To experience yourself as God, to recognize yourself as the infinite. So you wanted to dream this. You wanted to dream these reference points of limitations to realize that you're limitless. And only through that reference point, you can see what you are. You can recognize what you are in reference to what you're not. So you dream yourself, you project yourself as what you're not. So you appear to yourself within yourself as the activity of thinking and sense perception, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing. You appear to yourself as sound, taste, and textures, which is all mental qualities, frequencies to taste. And you can only know what you're not. You can only be what you are. So through these reference points of what you're not, you realize what you are. How else could you? Like in deep sleep. It's amazing too that part of your game, part of your scam, or part of the dream to wake up from, since you're the omnipotence, the power of awareness, since you're God. Whatever you're aware of believing, you dream. Which is all a gift to wake up from. So there's the core belief of what you're not. So you shine your awareness on the belief, I am the body and there's a world of matter. And then boom, you dream it. You imagine it. So then you dream hospitals and people dying. You dream war and governments and limitations that piss you off to wake you up. So you dream a nightmare. Just like the nightmare at night forces you to wake up. You'll dream yourself as pain or suffering or trickster characters to shake you out of the dream. Just like the nightmare at night, you're refusing to accept it as real, and that's what wakes you up. And then what you resist persists because you are appearing as everything to wake yourself up from the dream. So you'll hide yourself in what's being resisted. So if there's a difficult emotion or resisted limited belief, the avoiding it, the pushing it away is what makes it appear as a subject-object duality, and so that'll keep it persisting. But when you face it full on, courageously, vigilantly, when you feel it right then and there, right when it comes up, you feel it fully without thought. You see yourself as the absolute. You see yourself as the one dreaming this, the one imagining this, the one that you can't see because you are, and you don't have a form or a body. You're not an object. You're the pure subjectivity, the one feeling this, the one experiencing this. And so everything resisted and all of the things you're avoiding are the portal back to yourself. They're where you're hiding. So all of it's a opportunity to be free every time it comes up. The opportunity to dissolve it within yourself is the unmanifest. To see yourself clearly. So everything resisted will come up to come home. It can either appear to happen instantly when you recognize yourself so fully, without a doubt, or it can appear gradual. So the I that we've always referred to, I, myself, self, is this permanent, unchanging, eternal being that you are. The presence, the felt sense of being right now, right here, right now, that you feel right now. And it beautifully got tangled up with the body that you're dreaming and the character that you're dreaming, the character that you're aware of, the bundle of thoughts that you're aware of, the qualities you're aware of. So pure awareness got tangled up with the imaginary dream sensation, and that appeared to create the illusion of a person. And that illusion of a person is your reference point to wake up from. You had to have a reference point of what you're not. And so that apparent limitation, since you know that you're limitless, you know intuitively that you're God and you're infinite and you're formless and you're the infinite consciousness dreaming this dream, to recognize yourself as God, to experience yourself as God, experience your infinite potential. And you dream a reference point, dream something to be aware of. Just like when you're deeply basking, meditating on yourself as pure awareness, pure consciousness, prior to experience, prior to mind, prior to the illusion of a imagined world of bodies and things. Like right now, close your eyes without thought. Just basking in yourself, in your immortal, invincible, eternal being. Mm. Empty, but so full, so content. So just bask without thought right now. Just fully feeling yourself, relaxing. So there's no mind. And then you have a thought. And then you create a whole new universe. Nothing's ever happened. Nothing. Because in that space between two thoughts, you are what you are in deep sleep, empty potential in a superposition. You can be anything. Nothing's ever happened. And you are the source. So then you pay attention to a thought and then you create a universe, a big bang, which is your imagination. It's all a dream. You're dreaming by the activity of thinking and perceiving, but beautifully. You want that because after basking in your infinite being, this unmanifest, no thing, you then extrovert your awareness. You turn around and project the mind of thinking and perceiving to then qualify yourself. So then you say, oh wow, I'm infinite. I'm so vast. I'm so expansive and timeless and content. And you'd have to project the finite mind of thinking and perceiving to recognize that, to experience that, to taste that flavor. So then you appear to qualify yourself, even though you have no qualities. And then you realize, oh my gosh, I am happiness. I am bliss. Nothing sticks to me. I'm timeless. I've never even had a thought. Where are these thoughts going? Where they're appearing and disappearing within me. I am this infinite, vast, this spacious field, this container from which everything's appearing and disappearing within me. And it's all made of me. And so we wanted to dream this, project ourselves, modulate ourselves as this finite mind of thinking and perceiving of what we're not, to conceptualize even to our non-conceptual self, to make appear manifest our unmanifest self, appear as qualities so that we can qualify our unqualified self that has no name, has no form, so that we can feel ourselves, recognize ourselves, and experience ourselves as God. And then how amazing is that, waking up and realizing you're God, dreaming this. You don't even have a body. Even the body that you're dreaming is your formless, infinite self, is infinite consciousness. There is nothing physical. Nothing can harm me. I'm invincible. I'm eternal. I can never die. And I wanted to dream this. I wanted to dream to experience this, to wake up to myself. I wanted to dream myself as what I'm not, as a reference point, as a limitation, to see what I am as the limitless, infinite, and realize that I'm God and I can be anything. I can do anything. I can dream anything. And I couldn't have done it without dreaming what I'm not. So even, dreaming yourself as a nightmare, or dreaming yourself as something unpleasant or suffering or something to shake you out of the dream, you appear to yourself, as that apparent limitation to wake up from. So whatever's being resisted is the portal. It's the opportunity to wake up to yourself, to realize yourself, to see yourself. So it's all a gift. And you are God, already appearing as everything. So nothing can ever be separate from yourself. So even if there appears to be resisting, you're appearing as resisting. to wake yourself up and really go into what's being resisted immediately, vigilantly. Because what's being resisted is where you're hiding. It is the open door to realize you're already home. And what's being resisted is just a limited belief that's alarming the intuition that there's an error, something's off. Wake up, you're God. So if there's something resisted, it's alarming that you, as pure awareness, caught at Brahman, the absolute, the one giving rise to this imagined fantasy, dream, the omnipotence, is identifying with a limited thought, sensation, or perception. So if a emotion comes up that's being avoided or resisted, or a feeling or pain in the body or sensation, or you dreamed yourself as a character to screw you over, or you're just trying to wake yourself up. And it's all a gift to yourself. It's all an opportunity to integrate and dissolve and see that you're already home. So feel it intimately. If it's an emotion that's coming up, or because that's integrating what's being resisted, is seeing yourself as the absolute, seeing yourself in it. So when you're aware of it without thought, you're being aware of being aware. So you're turning around and looking at yourself as the absolute. And so then you see yourself in what's being resisted, because all there is yourself, appearing to yourself within yourself. So feel it fully, intimately, be one with it. And watch it dissolve within you. You can't even keep it there. If you're aware of it without thought, it dissolves instantly. Because it never existed. And all there is yourself, is the unmanifest. So when you're aware of it, you dissolve it. You dissolve everything. You dissolve the entire illusory universe. Where is it right now? Without a thought, where is the world? Without a thought, where is the ego? Where is the story? Wow, it never even happened. All there has been this whole time is my naked self, prior to experience, empty potential. no thing. My non-objective, non-conceptual being prior to mind. So you directly experience yourself always. But when you're distracted with what you're dreaming, get lost in your dream. Forget that you're the one dreaming. It can appear like a video game or like a game that you played with yourself to first challenge yourself by forgetting yourself. And then give yourself free will to believe whatever you want and dream it and project it and get lost. Get lost in it and then all to find yourself again as the one dreaming. So just like the dream at night, it's not the character that wakes up. It's consciousness dreaming it. And you realize that's all there is. Just like when you wake up from the dream at night and you realize, oh wow, that was all me. That was all my mind. There was no world of matter with objects and things and people. Those people and that beach and that sand and that world and that sky and those clouds was all my formless, infinite mind, infinite consciousness. That's what this is. It's all your infinite consciousness. I'm going to read some stuff. So being all alone by yourself, just like in deep sleep, all alone by yourself. Awareness can only be aware of itself. That's all there is. So in deep sleep, your awareness all alone with yourself, only aware of being aware, which is no thing, unmanifest, non-objective, nothing to experience, no thought. So there's no projecting an imaginary world, no dreaming. So you dream a reference point, something to be aware of. So you can experience yourself as the universe. So you can recognize yourself. as God. Being all alone by yourself. There's nothing in yourself but yourself. Nothing that you could be qualified with or limited by. So your naked being has no limits. Thus, even the experience you dream has no limits because it's all made of yourself alone, all alone. You're one homogeneous mind dreaming. And you can only be aware of yourself as the unmanifest, limitless being because there's nothing else. A limitation is only a thought, and even that thought is made of your limitless being. So even the limited thought is limitless. Even what's being resisted is your limitless self. And when you know this, you realize you're eternally free and undying. You never acquire qualities. It only appears that way when you're distracted with your dream and you're appearing to qualify yourself with these sensations, thoughts, and perceptions. So by being awareness, being aware of what you're dreaming, and then appearing to qualify yourself with the thoughts and the feelings and sensations, perceptions, getting identified with it, getting lost in it, and appearing to limit yourself. But you're never limited. You're just dreaming those limitations, and to wake up from something to piss you off, to like a nightmare at night, to shake you out of it. So by forgetting yourself and believing the thoughts are lending your realness and power to them, not rightly seeing them for what they are, your formless infinite mind appearing as those things. So you're modulating yourself, appearing to yourself within yourself as those limitations, to see yourself, to recognize yourself. It's like you're what you use to wake up from. So everything you see, taste, touch, smell, hear, perceive, feel, and think is yourself, is infinite, formless, unqualified, timeless awareness, perceiving, knowing, and is yourself, limitless, bodiless, and free. So you see it clearly, you see yourself clearly, you see everything clearly, you see through the illusion. It's not what it appeared to be. You projected it this way as what it's not so that you could see it clearly. A reference point. It's all your infinite consciousness, intimately and impersonally tasting yourself. We can chat if you want, just rambling.
Hi.
Hey.
How's the weather over there and completely detached impersonal mind, which is completely unsullied, infinite, and free. Like it's so nice. No, I mean, it's just what you're saying. I'm working directly on that, just one of the things that I've been doing is it's like finding the center, like in the Tao. And so it's like the non-attached mind is that state, and by abiding in it, it is the road home to complete attainment. So that's pretty much what I'm working on and abiding in by simply just resting in a non-attached state. Um, yeah, because it's like the just not like it's the unattached mind is indestructible bliss as is. And so any and all of the issues or problems or I don't know, it's like my mind stream and reactions and people and violence and like trying to protect myself whenever there's nothing to protect. And you know what I mean? It's like all of these subtle little tricks of my own mind that I keep getting caught in. And so it's like
And you're dreaming it to wake up from. You'll dream scams and, yeah, people saying limited stuff, and so that you can transcend it. It gives you a reference point to, yeah. And also that what you were speaking about when you're aware being, when you're just resting as yourself, there is no road.
mm.
There's no path. It's so that's the problem, is there's no that
The path
you
is the path.
yeah, you got to be vigilant with those scam thoughts. The scam will come up as those, even those Buddhist concepts. That's another scam. Like they'll
Mm,
come up with these steps and these things that you have to do. You
mm,
have to see through Maya. You have to be so vigilant that you cannot be scammed anymore.
the one thing that I like with that one is that there's nothing to attain.
Mm-hmm.
Just that remembrance of that there's nothing to attain, because like I've been in that place where it's like where that's that. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I can just simply remind myself of that, and it kind of brings me right back into it, at least close enough
Yeah,
to.
so your pure awareness right now that's already free. So the one that's aware of the sound of this voice is
Mm,
already eternally free. And you can't find it because you already are it. That's the
mm,
thing. So, oh, as awareness, you'll be aware of that thought. It's somewhere else, or there's a road, or there's a path that I need to take. And then,
mm,
as the omnipotence, as the power, you will create more of that. So, by being aware of that belief, you will project it onto the movie screen that there's a path and there's
mm.
something to do. And that's
Exactly.
how you scam yourself. So
That's
you've
what
got to
I.
jump off that
That's
carousel. Yeah,
yeah.
you've got to jump off.
That's what I'm caught in right now, because I can feel these sensations like in my body, and I'm very well aware of like how they're interconnected with things and like how they manifest. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's like there's layers of reactions like in it that
Mm-hmm.
have to do with like kind of guiding like the outcome of like I don't know, it's just maintaining my energy, and like I don't know if it's like a fear of the future, just like wanting to keep myself aligned to avoid all obstacles, and you know what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
not, I'm not really sure. So
So that's just the mind trying to scam so that you'll keep seeking and you'll keep not seeing yourself.
mm,
So you have to witness those thoughts. You have to because they'll keep coming up. If you keep feeding them, you keep giving your power to them because you're the power that's already free. Like you're the awareness that doesn't need anything, that doesn't need to be free or find yourself because you can only be yourself
mm,
already.
mm. I one of the things that I've seen is it's kind of like sharp reactions. It's hard to describe, but it's like sharp reactions that are very, very tense, to where it's almost like an issue like in my mind, kind of like if like a sensitive place, to where it's kind of like there's a lot of resistance kind of around it. And it's like I've been kind of trying to inverse that by realizing that it's full, because it's kind of like that's just sitting there, for lack of a better term, in my mind stream as like a resistance, or as like a block, or like as like a as in it's like a loop that I'm caught in that's preventing me from
Hmm.
sitting still. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically I'm trying to go inside of that loop to untie it because everything should already be still as is.
Don't go into the loop to untie because that's more mind scams. The mind will
Okay.
never be able to work this out because
Just
you are
step
the
all the
source of the mind.
okay.
You're
Yeah.
prior to the mind. So you cannot
I
find
can do that
yourself with
too.
the mind.
I
Yeah.
can do that too. I've been blinking. I just blink. And since like all appearances disappear like in a
Hmm.
blink and it's just that invincible, pure, immaculate space that's never been broken, like
Yeah.
I just blink and it reminds
Okay,
me
so
of
this is
that
how to
stuff.
do it. This is the one formula for everything. And I repeat it because it's all there is. And so it's not even a formula because it's what you already are. It's effortlessly being what you already are. So
Mhm, mhm,
when
mhm,
when any of those thoughts come up or whatever you just mentioned that's being resisted with some kind of loop or something,
mhm,
all the only formula is to be aware of it without thought. Right now, be aware of it without thought. It's a direct experience of yourself as the absolute. When you're aware without thought, you're being God. You're being what you already are. And you're directly experiencing that right now. There is no path to that. You just
Yeah,
are. You just already are. So
yeah, I can.
you have to jump out off of the hamster wheel. You
Yeah, I
have
feel it dissolving as I step further back because there that quality too of like being like recognizing that it's just the screen and like the distance between having to,
mhm
tinker in the dream to try to fix something that's completely illusory to begin with, that's happening in perfection itself. Like,
mhm
so yeah, so I forgot what I was just saying though. What was I saying?
mm, the thing that's being resisted. Yeah, so you can't work anything out with the mind.
Uh
You got to witness the mind.
yeah, because as you were
Witness all of
talking,
it.
yeah,
Mhm.
like the space, like being the awareness that's completely stable, that's prior to conceptualization, you know.
Is already being that. So when you're aware of it without thought, you're directly being it right then and there. You're seeing
Yeah.
yourself as the absolute.
Mm,
Ah, and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm God. I'm consciousness."
mhm,
So when you're aware of being aware, case closed.
mhm,
Hang up the phone.
mhm,
There's nothing left to do.
mhm,
The mind will scam. It has a habit of scamming. You'll have a direct experience, you'll recognize, and then the thought will come up. That can't be it. There's got to be something else. And then it'll have a thought that's and then it'll have something that comes up that's resisted, which appears so that's just you as awareness, aware of a limited belief,
mhm,
and then which is resistance, and then you're identifying with that, which is why it's creating that.
mhm,
It's like you're stretching because you're immutable. You're like one immutable frequency undulating, tasting itself as these infinite qualities. You can never separate from yourself. There's never a subject object duality because you would have to be both. You'd have to appear as both the object and the subject because you can't separate yourself ever. So when you're resisting, you're like stretching back to try to
mhm.
know something as an object, but you can never separate yourself. You're appearing as whatever it is that you're resisting. You're it's your infinite it's all your consciousness. You can never get outside of yourself.
Yeah, as you're saying this, it's just bringing me back into that space, and I mean, all of it just disappears. You know what I mean? But then the
Hmm.
mind like recreates it, and then I get stuck caught in the storylines again. So I mean, it's already
Yeah,
clear.
the
It's
other
just
thing,
abiding in the clearness
yeah. The other
of
thing
that
is
even.
when you really investigate experience without thought, without memory, just pure experience. Well, without thought and, your pot of Brahman, your immaculate, unmanifest source. without your empty potential, without you're prior to the mind. So that's your direct experience right there. And then you project the mind. You're the source of the mind. You project it so that you can qualify yourself. You can give yourself qualities. You can realize, oh my God, I'm God. You can't do that without projecting yourself as the finite mind. You know, you'd have to experience yourself as God. You'd have to project yourself as what you're not,
Mm-hmm.
to realize that, to recognize that, and to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you when you go into these experiences that are being resisted, what is it made of? Like right now, what was the last thing that you said you've been working on? What was it?
Um, it's hard to describe because there's so many layers to it, but I mean the simplest way that I can put it is this right side and just the weird old history with it, and then just like the patterns that have manifested with that and moving away from those. So
You're saying it's like a
it's a subtle resistance that is intertwined with the unfolding of reality.
okay, so close your eyes right now and be aware of that sensation without thought.
Oh yeah, no, it's all gone. I can blink, and then it's just that pure space. But then it's just like these subtle resistances that keep manifesting, and I can't tell. It's like ego and identity and like wanting to keep, a
That's just a
specific.
belief. Okay, so that is a core belief. You have a belief that it keeps coming up. So then, as pure
Mhm.
power of awareness, you
Yeah,
will keep
yeah.
dreaming that. You will keep projecting it. You are in charge of stopping that.
Mhm,
You're the power.
mhm.
Don't feed it anymore. Don't feed
Yeah.
that belief.
The only reason I ever had that belief to begin with was because just subtly to tell me that I wasn't home quite yet, or and so now that I know that home or God or
Yeah.
whatever the fundamental basis upon, I know that clearly. So it's kind of like the any sort of desire to hold on to anything like that because it might lead me home
Mm-hmm.
is nullified. So I can really kind of rest in that space. So and that's kind of what I've been doing, and it keeps going deeper into that bliss. And that's why I was talking about like the center and remaining like in the center, which is the that just like
Mm-hmm.
the non-attached state. And then I said like that's the road home because just by abiding in it, it takes you all the way back, and so
Mm-hmm.
though
I mean,
that's
you can go all the way back right now by get negative experience right now.
mm,
No thought, no,
mm,
just pure aware being.
mm. Well,
There. You're
yeah.
already home. There. It's too quick. It's too easy. It's too already.
Mm,
So that anything else is just a thought. And what is it without a thought? So close your eyes right
you're
now.
right.
All of those
Yeah.
issues that you were just talking about, without a thought or without memory, I'm going to ask you without answering with a thought or a memory, what is it made of?
Mm.
There's
This
just
thing is
pure,
everything
there's
else.
just pure infinite consciousness, impersonal, unqualified, free as fuck.
Mm,
All the
mhm,
eternally. That's all
mhm,
there is.
mhm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so even when you go into what you're experiencing, all you experience is yourself as pure awareness. Always, eternally. You can only know yourself. You can
Mhm.
only ever experience yourself because there's nothing else but yourself. So even
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
scams are
Mhm,
yourself as pure awareness. When you date, when you're aware of it without thought, when you're feel it fully, when you're one with it, when you see that, I mean, even when you investigate, what is it? What is it made of? What is the thing that I'm resisting? What is it made of? Oh my God. I'm all there is. I'm all there is. What is there to get to? Where's there to go? I never left.
mhm. Yeah, noticing. Yeah.
Because I'm the power of awareness, the omnipotence. Whatever I'm aware of, I give rise to.
Mm-hmm.
I make it appear manifest.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Yeah.
powerful. So if
Okay.
you have a thought of seeking, then you will create as the creator
Mm.
more seeking. And
Yeah.
you'll keep seeking until you be vigilant
Yeah.
and
Then
be
nothing.
aware of that thought. It's
There's
just a
nothing
thought.
to obtain.
It's just a
Yeah.
thought. Be aware of that thought without thought. Be aware of being aware. And then you turn around. You get naked of experience. So it's like a two-way street. Like your pure awareness. You're either extroverting yourself outward, projecting,
Mm.
creating the imagination, dreaming by being aware of thought. So by the activity of thinking and perceiving, you're projecting a new universe every moment, like a big bang every moment where nothing ever happened before this.
Mm.
Those words didn't even
That,
happen.
yeah, that's a good thing to remind myself of.
Yeah, you're
The
timeless.
non-existence. Yeah.
So in between two thoughts, you're your infinite naked being, like in
Mm.
deep sleep, where nothing's ever
Yeah.
happened,
I
nothing
feel that.
exists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Right
right
now.
when you
Yeah.
extrovert again, boom, you project yourself as the mind so
Mm.
that you can experience, so that you can dream yourself as, because you're unmanifest, and this is the way that you can appear to manifest yourself is through thinking and perceiving. So then you extrovert and then you qualify. So you're unqualified always. You're the pure awareness that's aware of the mind, that's the source of the mind, that you're projecting
Mm.
yourself as to experience. So everything you experience is made of you, is yourself, you know, but it's not what it appears to be. It's not a limited. So then when you see it clearly, all you see is infinite consciousness. That's all there is. That's all you ever experience. There is no thing. There is no object, no physical form, no. And and then you dream whatever you want to dream
Mm.
because you're God. Why wouldn't you? Why would you wouldn't dream when there was that belief of there's a physical body in a world of matter, then that's when you dream a world of suffering to wake yourself up.
I definitely think that there is a moment of attainment or recognition, even though that there is like nothing to attain, even though that is already completely present and it's just a recognition and you already know it. So it's like it's
Yeah, but
paradoxical in
it's the
so
most
many.
ordinary ever.
Yeah,
It's
it's
because
the epitome of ordinary and primary. Like
yeah, it's
nothing
not
can be more
exotic. It's not
ordinary.
something. No, it's
The most you can be.
yeah. Like Rupert Spira says that the taste of tea is more exotic than self-recognition. I mean, this is the same I that you've been referring to when the avatar in the dream, the character in the
Mm.
dream appeared to be 5 years old,
Mm.
20 years old, and
Mm.
now it's the
Mhm.
same I,
Selfless
which is
ages.
just pure awareness, the felt sense of being, of I exist, I'm here now, this feeling, this presence, this I am is your formless self that you've always been and you always will be eternally, the one that's always constant, the one that's always continuous. So all that's ever continuous, which is timeless, so it's not even that word continuous is, not a good word for it, but all that's ever been continuous is yourself, is pure awareness.
Mm.
And then you
You are the
as the
miracle
you
of.
as the power, yeah, you're giving rise, paying attention to thoughts. You make things appear animated or continuous. You make it appear, but you're what's continuous. And when you see it clearly, you can see that everything that's being experienced is transient. It's temporary. It's appearing and disappearing. These thoughts, feelings, perceptions, sensations are appearing and disappearing within me as the permanent. I'm the permanent. I'm what's always here. And that got mixed up with the the character in the dream, like getting lost in a dream at night. Yeah.
So yeah, it goes back into essentially, yeah, it's the way that itself dissolves just by resting is essentially kind of where my mind is at with.
It's too easy. That's the problem.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like there is the ignorance and then the knowledge and then the path from the ignorance to the knowledge and how it can be instant or non-instant or, that kind of thing. And so to
Mhm.
me, like, I don't know, at the end of this process, it'll be noticeable. So it's just, that's why I'm saying like the center of the Tao or abiding in the center. And then I say that it's the road home.
Mhm.
The Tibetans call it the body of great bliss. So, um,
And the only way to neutralize it, anything, is to be aware of being aware of it. Because when you're aware
yeah,
of being aware, you're
it
seeing
eradicates the
yourself
duality.
as the source.
Hmm. Mm,
And then you see yourself as everything because you're modulating yourself as all of these sensations.
and one of the other things that I have been doing too has been focusing just sheerly on that insane, insane, amazing love,
Mhm.
in and of itself. And then the remembrance of like that extreme amount of ecstasy and like that
Mhm.
extreme amount of love, like infinite bliss. It's like the NDEs that they, like the love of 10 trillion like mothers or whatever, and just recognizing that that's what's within me, that that's the supreme bliss that's encompassing everything. And, just
Yeah.
all of it's just to unwind
And
me
you're prior
more
to
ever.
everything you just said. Like that mother's thing does not even exist.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is it without a thought? There's nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You are that no thing without a
Mm,
thought.
mm,
So with those thoughts, you're just qualifying yourself. You're covering yourself up. You're like,
mm,
I'm this rainbow thing. I'm this thing that
mhm,
disappears. I'm this thing that does this and that. And it's like, no, you're what's aware of that thought prior to that thought.
mhm,
You don't have anything to do with that thought.
mhm.
That thought can't
Yeah,
even touch
they're
you.
not they're not the
You
screen, yeah.
you've never even had a thought. Where is it? Try to find it right now. It doesn't exist.
Mm,
Try to find a person right now without thought. All you can find is yourself. That's pure awareness, pure infinite awareness. That's all there is. So even this voice, this sound right now, try to separate your awareness from this sound. You can't.
already inexorable.
Yeah, the sound is awareness, is yourself. Everything is. You can't separate from yourself from anything. It's all appearing and disappearing in you as pure awareness.
Mm,
You're what everything's made of already free.
That's the thing that I just keep reminding myself of. It's just in just non-attachment or Viagra or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the consistent releasing back into the nothingness and just recognizing that that pure emptiness is sunyata. It's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you're talking about is the peace beyond all understanding. And so, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's obviously I'm not fully where I want to be quite yet. And so it's just the
Mm-hmm.
process of,
That's
deepening
okay. So what is that without a thought?
exactly where I want to be. And that's why I'm abiding in that to go all the way back to where I want to be.
Well, which you can't even abide in because you already are. How can you even do that?
Mm,
Like what is any of this without a thought?
mm,
Instant, too
mm.
fast.
Immediate, yeah.
That's the joke.
Mm,
Just be vigilant with the thoughts. Just witness, be aware without thought. When those stupid thoughts come up, because they'll keep trying to scam. You have to be vigilant right then and there. I didn't care if it was a totally inappropriate situation where I was in the middle of a conversation with someone. If this fucking
It's
stupid
do
ass
or die.
thought comes up, I'm going to be aware without thought. I close my eyes, I'm aware without thought, and then I see myself. And then what is that thought made of? Myself.
Mm, mm,
I'm appearing to myself within myself to fucking scam myself. So I wake up to myself, and all I can ever find is myself.
mm,
There's nothing else. There
mm,
never has been. And literally nothing's ever happened. I've
mm,
never been seeking. I never even had a thought. I'm dimensionless. I'm non-local. There is no, there's nothing that exists. There's just myself as this immaculate being that's unqualified, impersonal, limitless, tasting myself
mm.
as these
Also,
sensations.
one of the things that I've seen is that with that love and the intensity of that love, like nothing can stand. Like there's no thought. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like any sort of lower identity, any sort of false attachment can't stand in the light of that. So,
Yeah, it's all a belief. Separation is a belief. I'm a
mm,
person is a belief, is a thought, is a belief. You just witness that thought dissolves. You swallow it as the
mm,
source. You see yourself as the absolute prior to thought.
mm,
And it dissolves, it disappears. If you resist it, then you're giving it your power. Then you
mm,
keep it there. If you
mm,
resist it, that will persist.
mm,
So let's go into the neutrality. Back in the imaginary dream that didn't happen, I was doing counseling for a long time, and I was doing this Taoist technique of the law of reversed effort, which was working for everyone because it was neutralizing everything. So, speaking of being in the center of the eye of the storm, okay, so which is the same formula for everything. Be aware without thought, and boom, it dissolves within you as the unmanifest, and you see yourself. It's the same formula for everything that neutralizes everything. But what I was doing was I was using this little trick where they would tell me the story, and I would pinpoint in the story what they're resisting, because if you bust through what's being resisted, if you neutralize it, then it's whole again. It's everything's
mm.
whole. It's that resistance that makes it appear like a subject object.
And anybody without any resistances is themselves.
Yeah, it's the Wu Wei. Okay, so they would tell me what was basically they would tell the story. I would pinpoint what's being resisted. I'd find out what it is that they're avoiding or resisting. And then we would wish for it. We would want it.
Mm,
We would make love to it. We would feel it fully. Like even the worst case scenario, whatever the
mm,
worst fear was, or whatever whatever they were avoiding, to go into it, to make love to it, to be it,
mm,
but also to wish for it completely,
mm,
and it would dissolve instantly. So
mm,
that this is the same thing that I'm talking about, but it's even easier. It's just resting as your being is what you already are, which is effortless. It's not a doing.
mm,
By being aware without thought, you see yourself, you recognize yourself. So whatever comes up that's being resisted, be aware without thought, and it instantly dissolves. And it doesn't come up anymore. It was just a thought, it's just a belief that you were giving your power to by resisting it. So resisting and avoiding will keep it there,
mm, mm.
because that's what's waking you up from the dream. And it's too easy to wake up by being aware of being aware. You turn around and look at yourself as the dreamer, as the one dreaming, as infinite consciousness. You see yourself as consciousness. Yeah, too easy.
Mm. Yeah, I mean it is literally it's the easiest thing ever, and that's why it's so hard.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I think one of the things that it just kind of bothered me with, I just went through some interactions with people and there were connections, and I was telling them all of this subtle, intricate stuff. And they were like access keys on how I was like maintaining like a state to where I could easily slip into supreme bliss more easily. And then it just kind of became jagged. But I mean, it's like, as you're saying, like the pinpointing, the going, all of those things have been done. So it's just, the maintaining of my mind in a place of stability to where, there's an equanimity to where I can, you know, to
Okay, so I just pinpointed labeling it supreme bliss is
mm,
where you're hiding. Okay,
mm,
no, you're unqualified.
mm,
So what is that without a
mm,
thought?
mm,
You're not an experience. You're not an object that can be experienced. You know,
mm,
you're non-objective. You could say you're pure subjectivity
mm. Yeah, I completely
without
understood.
a separate experiencer or experience. You could say you're pure experiencing
Mm,
verb. So that thought, by being the power of awareness, the pure subjectivity, the pure experiencing,
mm,
tasting itself as a unique frequency, you're tasting this limitation. You're tasting, oh my gosh, I gotta be this thing, this object called supreme bliss, this experience, when you're
mm,
prior to experience. So you can't get to yourself like that.
mm, mm. Yeah, yeah,
So to
yeah,
get to
yeah, yeah.
yourself, so to get to yourself, whenever that thought comes up of I need to experience this supreme bliss, ask yourself, what is aware of that thought? What is that without a thought?
It's the exact thing that I'm looking for. The
Yes, exactly. So
attachment.
that's how you can destroy that from coming up anymore. You can neutralize it by being aware of it without thought, and then boom, you hit the target, direct experience of yourself. Then
Mm,
the other thing was, okay, so the other scam that was coming up was maintaining stability. That's just a thought. What is that without a thought? It's
mm.
prior to
It's
the
stable.
concept of stability that's completely stable, so
Mm,
stable that it's permanent and unchanging. It
mm,
never goes anywhere.
mm,
That's what you are.
mm,
Yeah. So the thing is, what I'm saying is, you'll dream these limited beliefs and scams to wake yourself up. So even you can find yourself in that scam. I need to maintain stability. So that thought is a limitation
mm,
to an opportunity to be aware without thought
yeah,
and
yeah.
realize you're the limitless. So
Mm,
that's
completely unnecessary
so
stuff.
that maintaining stability is what you're not.
Is based upon the lie that I'm not seeing
Yeah.
that's already the most stable thing ever.
Yeah. So you'll dream these scams to wake up from them. You'll dream these people that are saying stupid shit or whatever so that you can realize what you are.
Mm,
And all of these people are you dreaming, you're appearing as these characters to wake yourself up, because it's all ever yourself is pure awareness. It's all there is. So you're just modulating yourself in these frequencies to taste, to and you can't know anything without reference to what it's not. So all knowledge is based on negation of what it's not. So you have to have a reference point. So that's why you dream this. You dream what you're not is a reference point to realize what you are. And you can only taste one quality by in reference to what it's not. So you have this is purely experiential. This when you're projecting yourself as the thinking and perceiving.
yeah, I was just gonna say that I love how fake it is sometimes. It makes me
Mm-hmm.
feel like at peace, like with a lot of
Yeah.
things. It
I know.
does. Because, well, at first, I remember I was telling you, like, whenever I had my experience, there was that like level of tremendous loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
like, that was just insane. And then whenever I got back from that, everything was fake. Everything was absolutely horribly fake. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and after the bliss started coming in and I started having these experiences that like were that exact same level of fakeness, except like in love, out of love, by God, for God, essentially showing me like, where my life was going, and like how exquisite, like a Leela, like a play, like a movie, and like
Mm-hmm.
how like just how fake it is, and just
Yeah.
and
It'll
then
show you. It'll show you it's a total, all of it's fake.
oh yeah,
Not
and
real at all.
it's so nice just to recognize and remember, like especially being caught
Yeah.
up in the game,
Yeah. I
I
love it. It's such a gift. Yeah. And sometimes you'll dream a nightmare to wake up from. That's what I did.
oh yeah.
It got so crazy. It got too crazy. Too crazy for me, like a nightmare at night. You're refusing. It's a refusal to accept that it's real. You're like, there's no way this is real. And that's when I had that opening. It was like, oh my God. And I was so grateful that
Mhm.
I dreamt myself as these trickster
Oh yeah.
characters to help shake me. Yeah.
I mean, I had a demon possess me, or like the appearance of one, for 10, 15 years that literally drove me to the point that I did. And that
And
was
that's just
absolutely
resisted thoughts. Demons are just
no,
resisted
no,
thoughts.
yeah.
Not
Well,
real.
yeah, but your mind is all powerful too.
Yeah.
you
What?
know, your mind is all powerful too. So you can create a world instantly.
Mhm.
You're doing it now. You can create the appearance of something
Well, look what
awful.
you're creating right now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, but what I
Yeah.
was saying was that no, I went through all of that. Like, and then
Yeah.
and that all was really God in disguise, me coming to me to show me,
Yeah.
essentially. So I mean, it was like the hardest thing that I'd ever been through, and it just ended up being
Yeah.
great.
It's all a gift. It's all so
A-
beautiful. I remember
Absolutely.
just weeping. Happy tears. I was like, "Oh my God." I was my abusive stepdad. I was dreaming myself as all
Mhm.
these fucking characters to wake myself up from the dream. And everything in the dream was a symbol. It wasn't what it was appearing. And I was just appearing as this symbol, this clue. Because if you look at everything, everything's the fucking clue to wake up.
Mhm.
Everything's an analogy, a pointer. You're pointing to this in everything, appearing as everything, pointing to yourself.
Self within self to show self.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always home. Always home. And the ecstasy, the tantric quality, which is my favorite part to talk about, is like when we were talking about, like, so first there's this exclusion where you're first having to get naked of distracting yourself with the dream, with the experience, with the thinking and perceiving, and you got to turn around and
Mhm. Yeah,
isolate yourself as awareness to
get the
recognize
mind
yourself being,
disentangled.
yeah, being aware. So then that's first. Then you go back out, the tantric part of it, and then you see yourself as everything. You're like, oh my God, I was appearing to myself, within myself, as everything. All of this is my infinite consciousness that I am infinite consciousness. And this everything that I'm thinking, tasting, perceiving, feeling is myself. So then that's when it's just, there is no subject object, and you're tantrically making love to yourself. You can feel ecstasy in even having a thought, or hearing a voice, or someone talking about what they had for dinner, or simply
Mhm.
sitting or doing the dishes, or, because you are
The
God
overwhelming
and you are
fullness.
everything. And you're dreaming this to experience yourself. You want to dream this so that you can feel yourself as God, so that you can intimately make love to yourself as, and then also to realize how infinite you are, your infinite potential, your power. You can dream anything, you can experience anything, because you are everything. This is your mind, this is your infinite consciousness. It's like you can, and then said that's when it's fun too, is because you can dream anything. You can change anything in your dream. You can, because you are appearing as all of it, so you're timeless. So nothing's ever happened before this. You never even dreamed, anything. In this moment right now, Big Bang, you just created a freaking dreamed universe, and you can dream anything. And so you dream what you believe. So when you believe you're finite and small, then you dream that. If you see yourself as what you are, then that's what you dream. And so then you dream infinite potential and anything you want. You dream pleasant characters in a heavenly imaginary world. And
I think that it just does itself, as in it's like, like there's that natural part of us that loves love and doesn't like suffering. And so it's just a
mm-hmm.
natural, evolution back to that infinite love that you already are,
Yeah,
you know, and that
which
everything
is the
finally just
analogy
leads
of
back to
Satya
it.
Yuga. Yeah,
Mm.
which there's no time for a Kali Yuga or a Satya Yuga. It's right now.
I don't know, like
Timelessly.
the way that timelines and reality kind of works with me is like I can see like indicators like on somewhat changes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting. Like I think what is it? The Nadi palm readings in India, they end in 2060, and you essentially give them your thumbprint and they'll give you a card, or they'll like 5,000 years ago to 2,500 years ago, saints wrote down your name, your birthday, your birth time, the exact year, your family, your like spouse, like every single last little nook and cranny, like of all of your details, like that long ago. And basically you get these readings from these sages that, foresaw essentially, and there's thousands or millions of those, but they end in 2060. And so essentially, we're all supposed to be enlightened by then, or so enlightened that there's going to be no need for people who can see thousands of years in the future, that level of realization. We're going to surpass that by then. According to them, there's like a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
other things. But I mean, as you're constructing it with your own belief system, etc. So it's just like, the way that I describe it is individualistic timeline selection. So you're God dreaming alone almost in a sort of sense. So,
Yeah, and
dream
so if you believe
rapture,
that, if you
future.
believe those palm readings and all that stuff, then you will dream that
Exactly, yeah.
because you can dream anything. And there's no time without a thought. Time is just a thought.
Mm,
And so you can believe anything.
mm,
Why not dream heaven, where there's no suffering.
mm,
And when you recognize, what you are when you wake up from the dream, there is no one else to wake up from the dream. There is no
mhm,
one suffering.
mm.
There's no one to even share this
That's
with.
yeah, that's so
And
trippy,
so
dude. It feels like I'm
if you,
talking to you. Like,
yeah, like if you think that so even like a belief that there's seekers that need to wake up is a disservice to yourself. It's keeping you lost in your own scam.
it's
There are no seekers out there.
mm,
So if you believe
yeah,
that, then you'll
that's so
project
crazy.
seekers.
See, this
Yeah,
is like where like
if you
I
believe
s-
there's a fucked up government, you will dream that. If you believe there's a world of suffering, you will dream that. If you believe there's a physical body, you will dream that.
mm,
You can
mm,
dream anything.
mm, infinite creative power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you see your power, and so even I mean, you can ask yourself, what am I feeding? What scam am I feeding? Like, what am I believing? What am I projecting? What am I dreaming? Why am I dreaming this?
Mm. It
Why
all
would?
just it like
Yeah.
the thing that I shared with Rumi, it's like your task is not to seek for love, but find all buried
Mm-hmm.
within yourself. It's just that. It's just that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
that until full realization. So
Yeah. Witness those limited beliefs that come up,
mm,
because you can. if there's something unpleasant that you're dreaming, it's like, okay, there's something in there that I'm believing that I projected that. I assumed that. I assumed that, and then I projected it, dreamed it.
Mm.
So that's how powerful you are.
Can you say that one more time? Just one more time. What you just said.
Yeah, you're if you're experiencing something unpleasant or dreaming something unpleasant, there's a belief in there that you're assuming, that you're projecting, because you're projecting it. This
Mm.
is your mind. So you can go in there and find that belief and then
Oh
dissolve
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Dissolve it by being aware of it without thought. That's what dissolves everything. It's by
Mm.
simply being what you already are.
Mm.
So then you see yourself again. You can neutralize everything like that, but you can go in there and you change your movie. You change your by finding these little beliefs and what's being projected.
Yeah, because I mean, you should be beaming infinite love all the time. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
Just the
why
ignorance.
would you dream seekers or if you're dreaming people that need help, then you still need help. If you're
Yeah,
dreaming people that are seeking or are not awakened, then you're not
yeah,
awakened.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
when you're fully awakened, there is no one to help.
Mm,
There's nothing else.
mm. That
And
is
that would
so
be your
crazy.
hallucination. That would be your freaking
Well, that's like
scanning.
that's where like this whole world seems like that to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing,
It is. It's all your beliefs. You
like
walk
what the
outside and you had a belief that there was a road out there, so you just render it on the fly.
yeah, well, you can't help the one being that we all are. You can't make it any better. The only thing that you can
Hmm.
do is, you know, forget to remember it for fun. Yeah.
Which is all to recognize yourself because you had to have that reference point. Yeah, how
That's
can you
right.
wake up without dreaming? How can you figure out you're limitless without,
I'm just happy I'm not
projection of
alone.
limited? Hmm?
You know what I mean? I'm happy I'm dreaming again. I'm just happy I'm not alone. Like, um,
Yeah, you want to dream this. Isn't
yeah,
that fun? This is your playground. You can taste
yeah,
yourself, experience yourself. That's what you wanted. And
yeah.
so when you
And anything is possible. Like,
yeah, it's
mm,
funny because you can even look at it like a video game too, like all of these limitations were what you wanted to transcend, and then you up level in the game
mm,
and you realize your power, you realize how infinite you are. But also,
you can do literally.
just like playing a video game, if the avatar dies, you lost your own game.
Mm,
You forgot yourself. You didn't realize what you are
the
because when
appearance
you
of an
realize,
avatar.
yeah, that's an analogy of that. Yeah, because and of course you never die, you're the one playing the game, the one behind the headset or whatever, but you're then you forget yourself, and play again until you remember yourself and figure your shit out and then realize, "Oh my god, I'm
It's
the
so
one behind the
fun.
headset that never dies. I can't die." And not only is
Literally.
this it's just like the VR headset, the hologram is made out of the field that it's appearing in. You realize even the body is your formless infinite self. You are invincible. There is nothing that dies.
Mhm.
Nothing dies.
Best ride ever, every
Yeah,
single
so then
time.
you play the game on invincibility mode because you've won the game. You realize you won your own video
I'm
game.
almost
Your
there.
challenge was to forget yourself.
I just need to realize this last facet, and it's already here. And then the game is won.
No,
So
no.
it's already done. I don't know what I do.
Dissolve, destroy that thought right now.
And it's
Okay,
gone.
just
I
close
just
your
live.
eyes. Be aware of
I
that
just live.
without thought.
Yeah.
What a cute little thought. Oh my gosh, little thought. I am not going to let you scam me.
Mm,
Little thought, you can't appear without me being aware of you. I'm the source.
mm,
You can't exist without me. What is that thought? And what is the thought made of?
everything that
No.
you
Yeah,
ever wanted.
don't keep postponing this. No, you will keep scamming yourself.
Mm. Well, it should
No.
just automatically. I mean, see, there's the thing. It should that ease and just like psyche and just. I mean, it all should just be dissolving itself into itself. But I think that's part of the game. You know, it's like the making
It
it
is
a
by
little bit
being
more true.
aware, by aware being, by being yourself.
Mm. What? You said again?
Just aware being aware, just pure being.
Oh yeah, solves everything.
Yeah, it dissolves everything because
It's
that's all there
indestructible
is.
bliss.
Because
It's
that's all there is. It was just seen, it was just, you see it for what it is. It's,
misperception.
yeah.
Yeah, all suffering is just a misperception. Just a nice thing to know.
Well, it's also to wake you up. It's a tool to wake you up from the dream because if there's nothing to shake you out of the dream, you're just going to be content with your ignorance.
Mhm.
You're not going to recognize yourself as God, as the one dreaming. You're not going to realize or wake up from the dream.
Mhm.
You'll just be lost as the
Oh,
character in the dream, just not, you know, just appearing limited, and you wanted to wake up and realize you're limitless. You wanted to see yourself as the infinite.
mhm.
So that's why you dream this.
Entertainment.
Play.
God's dream. I don't know. It's cool.
God's
Yeah.
sport, God's dream. Yeah.
I mean,
We
it's
love.
like you know that you are God, so it's like, why wouldn't you make the best ride ever, best life ever, best
Yes.
everything ever for
That's what
yourself?
happens. The
And
more
that's
that
just
you
the truth
bask,
and discovery of it, you know?
yeah, the more you bask in yourself, meditate on yourself as without thought and pure being, when you the more you realize, oh my God, this is fun. Like I am literally God. I am formless and infinite and invincible and I can do anything.
Mm.
Of course I'm gonna have fun and fucking live the highest dream life ever because that's what, that's like winning the game. That's really what I wanted. I'm like, I wanted to freaking
Well,
dream.
instead of going to heaven, you can.
Well, no, this is
Heaven's
heaven.
just a world that you dream anyway.
No, that's what heaven in the Bible was talking to
Well, yeah, you're the creator
is
of all.
is the five senses, is tasting yourself as God, as the infinite self, unmanifest, but appearing to yourself as these flavors manifest. So this sensory experience is heaven right now. This is heaven right now.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond a
All of that
shadow of
was
a doubt.
what?
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're right. I like that. Yeah, because it's doubtless. It's certain.
Oh, yeah. And then it's just the clarity with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that clarity is complete and total liberation from all suffering forever. Yay.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yeah. And then I'll tell you that I gave myself some tests to pass to make sure that I was solid with that.
Ah,
And then when I
yes.
passed the test, I was like, wow. And it's only in reference to memory of what it's not. The negation, that's how you realize something or you have knowledge of something is
Mhm,
in reference to what it's not.
mhm.
So it's only that initial shift of perspective when you reference point what it's not to how it used to seem or feel is when you see how it feels now, so that it's in reference to what it's not.
Yeah.
So that's why when you recognize when consciousness sees
The
itself.
most intuitive and most authentic feeling that you already are is that love. So it's just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it automatically, I mean, it just does itself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's the main
Mm-hmm.
goal behind everything. It's the thing that's doing everything. It's you forget it intentionally to remember it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Because you can only know what you're not. You can only be what you are. So you use all of these reference points of what you're not to recognize what you are.
Mhm, mhm.
And of course, what you're not is made of you, of what you are.
Yeah, I
It can't be
remember.
separate.
I remember I was peeing somewhere like whenever I was camping, and I was like viewing all as the self. And
Mm-hmm.
it was funny because it was kind of like I was going pee, and it was just like this weird sort of like, nasty kind of thing. But it was like everything was alive and it was all completely me. And I started laughing because it was
Mm-hmm.
like the negative aspect of creation because it's needed to show you what you are.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
someone has to do it. There's only one of us. So it's just, it's like someone's, you know what I mean? It's just hilarious because it's not even, nothing's ever dirty. Nothing could ever be dirty. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know, yeah. Yeah, you'll, you use those as reference points to see what you are through what you're not. So even that sensation of being grossed out or a limitation is what you wanted as a reference point to see
It
yourself.
happens for the greatest reason ever. Suffering
Yeah,
exists for the greatest reason ever.
yeah. Yeah, I was so grateful for all the suffering. I was just like, "Oh my God." I appeared as that within myself to wake myself up, and it's just amazing.
Mm,
So it's all a gift, it's all a portal. It's all yourself appearing to yourself already.
mm,
And just by simply basking and resting as being is
mm.
the realization that you're already home and there is no path.
Yeah, and then the clarity and just like the depth of the feeling of that, just I feel like there's just subtle resistances because the love of that and just the feeling of that is better than anything else. So
Mhm.
it's odd, and so it's just I think I don't know if like as these things unwind or I'm not really worried about it, like even getting caught up in the
There's no
now
time. It's
things
right now.
themselves. Yeah, they
There's
just
no time. Don't scam yourself.
mm.
Don't scam.
Even though I'm dreaming all of this. This scam is okay, but yeah.
Yeah, some scams taste better than others.
Best scam ever.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, friends.
Yeah.
Mwah. We'll talk soon. Have a, have a beautiful dream tasting. Bye now.